Oh man, season 2, episode 2, and the NBA season is back. Man, it's been a great week. Great good games that's been coming on. Man, I don't know. That LA Clippers and that LA Laker game was something to watch. That was a good one, good opening. As far as the best team in LA, man, I don't know. It's tough right now. But I got to go with the Lakers since I know just how I think their chemistry will mesh faster and better than the Clippers. But other than that, man, we're going to get into today's episode. You know, season 2, episode 2, Sanai. Welcome back. I appreciate y'all tuning in. And I appreciate y'all staying in, man. It's Friday. Like I said, it's been a great, glorious week. I've learned a lot this week. I read a lot this week. And I'm glad that the NBA season is back, man. I'm a Warriors fan personally. And I just feel like it's going to be a great season overall for the NBA as far as my team, too. So I'm going to give y'all a little break, then I'm going to let y'all know what we get into with this today's show. And I appreciate y'all tuning in. Share the show with a friend, like it, subscribe it, review it, and just let's get as much exposure as we can with this episode and the whole Sanai podcast. I appreciate y'all. I'll be right back. Quick rundown on the last episode, season 2, episode 1, we discussed money-making moves, ways to save money, as well as putting deadlines on your goals. And I've been receiving a lot of feedback, good feedback, mixed feedback with the whole show. A lot of people like it. A lot of people, have their concerns, and I appreciate all of them. But a lot of people overall said the money-making moves, the 7 tips that I gave out, overall, they helped them personally, and they're going to take that advice and run with it, as well as putting deadlines on your goals. So appreciate y'all that really just provided the feedback and listened and tuned in to that episode. And if you haven't heard that episode, just scroll back, you feel me? And just check out the episode. It's a really great episode, great content, very educational. And that's all I'm trying to do, man. Provide that educational tips for everybody, and so we all can progress and have a prosperous future. On this episode, I'll be discussing 2 quotes of the day, my playoff teams from the East and West Conference, my finals picks, and you already know it's French Friday. Bonjour. So I hope you've been paying attention and keeping up with me on the French Fridays. And then I want to discuss what I learned this week and the next 2 shows, what they'll be featuring, and the guests that'll be on the next 2 shows. So I appreciate y'all. And let me see what else. Oh, man. It's a great episode, man. Season 2, episode 2, Sanai, your host, EXO. I'm here relaxing, enjoying the day. It's Friday, about to get up and get at it. About to prepare for this weekend. As far as the quotes of the day, I still got 2 this time. I think I'm going to start elaborating and putting 2 quotes for Fridays, just to give y'all that time to think, and that put that wisdom on y'all before the weekend hits. I know y'all, it's Friday. Y'all ready to close it up, shut it down, and just really chill and relax. Nah, man, you already know how I feel about that. Let's keep that grind up. You already know how it gets and how it is. So stay grinding and don't give up or let the whole week deter you. Stay focused. All right, here's the first quote of the day. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power, by Lao Tzu. And that means it's easy to try to figure out how to master somebody else, but mastering yourself mentally, physically, spiritually is a whole nother ball game. So that's where it really comes down to, where you got to really master yourself and master your thoughts, master the way you live, just mastering how you go about your life, simply because mastering others, it gives you strength. You learn how people operate like psychologists. That's why they deal with, do their whole job. It gives them strength because they learn from other people, and that's just life. We learn from other people, and that gives us strength when we learn from somebody else, or even master what somebody else is about. But mastering yourself, know what your true self is about, that's real true power. So learn how to master yourself, and that's how you really gain power over everything else around you. Second quote of the day, Be not afraid of going slowly. Be afraid of only of standing still. And that's just a Chinese proverb. I just found these two Chinese sayings, so I thought that was real too. Simply because we get afraid to start something that we have in mind, like a goal, a plan, a mission, a business, opportunity. We're afraid to start because we'll think how we'll get criticized. But if we're standing still, that's more detrimental than not trying to go after what you want to do, what you want to achieve, looking because of the critics. Don't be afraid of what others think of you. Just think of what you think of you. So if you have something that you want to do, go after it. Don't hold yourself back or really tell yourself that, or being afraid. Because that was my biggest thing myself, especially with doing music, that whole being in front of the spotlight. Like, they say, picture everybody else in their underwear and stuff. Nah, that doesn't work. So I've just learned to I've done like affirmations myself to really just build my self-confidence and being confident in myself when just really speaking and just going out and public speaking or just performing or anything of that nature, because you got to have that confidence in yourself, and you can't be afraid of going slow, or you can't be afraid of going slow, because the slow grind is better than no grind. So if you're afraid of going slow, trust the process and trust where you're going and just keep moving forward. Don't stand still. Don't be stagnant, because that stagnant times will hurt you. And in the long run, you look back and regret it, and you'll really just hate yourself or dislike yourself simply because you didn't apply the pressure when you needed to apply the pressure, which is right now. So the first quote, mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. We all got to learn how to master ourselves. The second quote, be not afraid of going slowly. Be afraid of only of standing still. So don't be afraid of going slow. Be afraid of being stagnant. We got to keep going, got to keep progressing, and got to keep moving, man. Can't be afraid of that fear. We got to get over fear. You know what's on the other side of fear? Success, hope, faith, perseverance. We all can do it. I'm here with you, man. So stay tuned. Next up, I'm going to be listing my playoff teams from each conference, East and West Coast. I'm going to start with the West. I'm going to start with the East. You know, everybody thinks the East is the least conference, but I'm going to let y'all get a break, get a breather, take that, meditate on the two quotes of the day, and I'll be right back with y'all. All right, man. Picking my top 8 from the Eastern Conference. This is no order. This is just the 8 teams that I think will be in the playoffs come June. So, like I said, it's no order. Got Boston, got Milwaukee, I got Philly, I got Indiana, I got Miami, I got Brooklyn, I got Raptors, and the Wizards. And those who I think will be the 8. And I say the Wizards simply because if they can stay healthy and John Wall does his thing, I believe they can really make a run for the 8th seed, or just even just a run to be in the playoffs. But if not them, my other 2 sleepers are Detroit and Orlando. So I was trying to think, who really going to take it all? Who's really the beast in the East? I know a lot of people think Milwaukee. Then more people are thinking that Philly, because Philly did make a nice little moves in the postseason. I mean, not postseason, but in the offseason. So that Horford signing was big. Now, if Ben Simmons gets a jump shot, it is a wrap for the East. I don't know why he's not working on that jump shot, bro. If he works on his jump shot, he can be so beastie, and they really can't go all the way. So hopefully he worked on that jump shot in the offseason, and Philly really makes a stretch towards the NBA Finals, because they really got a nice squad. As far as Milwaukee, I think they still stagnant, just really going straight and not really moving up in what they're doing. I didn't see any big signings for them. Boston, them losing Kyrie and Horford really is going to hurt them, but they're back to being a young team, so let's see what they do. I think they'll push for the 4th or 5th seed. As far as Miami, they got a little sleeper, but I know Jimmy Butler will push them and will them to the playoffs, as well as Dion Waiters. And Brooklyn, They made it last year with D. Russell. So, you know what, they got Kyrie this year and DeAndre Jordan. They going to make a run for sure. I give them, they might be the 6th or 7th. Matter of fact, I'll give them the 6 or 7 seed. And the Raptors, of course, they got to make it back because they won this year. So that's where I got in. And I already explained about the Wizards. So the Raptors play great, phenomenal team ball. They can really make it back into the playoffs. As far as the West is tough. I really got, let me see how many teams I got now. I got really 9 teams, even though it can be 8. So 2 teams will either be flip-flopping. But my 8 teams, I got the Golden State Warriors, of course. My boy's going to do it. Even though we got that news about Clay. Clay might not be back this season, but I have faith he'll be back. And we're going to be back rolling, back in the playoffs, back in the Western Conference Finals, and back in the finals, winning the ring. Shout out to the Warriors in our new arena, which is real nice. I got the Lakers and Clippers, of course, Nuggets, Blazers, Rockets, Jazz, and my last, even my either my 8th, the 8th and 9th teams, either they flip-flopping is the Kings and the Spurs. Don't sleep on the Kings. They're going to make a run for it, especially this season. I think they actually have a better talented core than the Spurs, but Spurs got Coach Pop, and nobody can out-coach Coach Pop. So that's real tough for the 8th seed or the last team in my book, the Kings or the Spurs. So we're going to see out of those two, but I really think the Kings will push for it because they got a younger team, and I think they may be a little bit hungry. And like I said, they got more talent. But we're going to have to see how it all meshes together, man. I'm glad the NBA season's back. I'm glad everybody can calm down now. Everybody was like against all football and whatnot, mad that the NBA season's taking forever. Well, it's back, and we back at it. My 2 finals picks, though, y'all should already know who my West team is, but if you don't know, we rolling with the Warriors. And then my Eastern team, I will go with the Sixers, no doubt. I think the Sixers might be the 2nd or 3rd seed in the East. They're going to have home court advantage, but the Warriors will win at 6. So we're going to bring that new chip to the new Chase Center, and it's going to be cracking, man. So that's my turn picks, and those are my teams. Next up, we're going to discuss what's coming up on the next show, our next guest. And even also, you can also provide your feedback on who's your top 8 teams from each conference that you think is going to be in the playoffs, as well as your finals picks. And I'll read them aloud. Just put your Twitter handle or your Instagram handle or your Facebook handle, and I'll read them aloud. Like I said, for the show's handle on social media is Sana IE Podcast. Sana IE Podcast. So that's SAUNAIE Podcast on any social media platform. So you can always leave feedback or comments or anything of that nature, as well as email us, sanaiepodcast@gmail.com. If you even want to tune in, be a sponsor, or just be on the show, let me know, and we'll work it in, get all the business handled, and then we'll make it happen. But like I said, man, the NBA season is back. We're going to discuss what's coming up in the next 2 shows and what I got going on. So I appreciate y'all. Give y'all another break, and we're going to be right back at it. All right, man. I'm all loud and everything. I'm just like hyped because of what I learned this week. And one of the biggest things I learned is that people really will give up on you. No matter how much time you invested or how long you known them before or anything of that nature, they will give up on you in a heartbeat. And you got to make sure you just don't give up on yourself. Because at the end of the day, I feel like that's all we really have at the end of the day is ourselves. Like, yeah, we got family and everything, but at the end of the day, when it's like we alone in bed at night, it's just you, them thoughts, and yourself. So don't ever give up on yourself or lose faith in yourself, no matter what. If somebody gave up on you or lost faith in you or lost faith in y'all friendship or relationship, don't give up, man. Just keep going and keep fighting towards where you're trying to go and pursue, because what's meant for you will always be meant for you, and it will stay around and stick around, people-wise, opportunities, and everything. So if somebody gives up on you and an opportunity gives up on you, don't give up on yourself. Stay focused and stay driven on what you're doing. If you're truly passionate about what you're doing and you got your heart's in it, then you're not going to lose. You're just going to learn the lesson and keep moving and keep fighting forward. What else did I learn this week? I also learned that the mind is a powerful thing if you use it in the right way, especially towards positivity. My mindset, it's like I'm still trying to work the balance out between positive and negative. Like, we all wake up with the negative thoughts of the past. We can't do that. We got to wake up with a positive mindset, as well as basically a positive mindset as well as positive thoughts in the morning. When you wake up, be positive. Don't wake up with a negative mindset, negative influence. Don't wake up in the past. Wake up in the present, thinking about the future, if that makes sense. Because once you dwell in the past, live in the past, that'll mess up your whole day. As well as, what else I learned this week? I also learned that morning routine is very, very vital if you're trying to pursue anything in life. Because you got to have that morning routine, that structure, before you try to go out and face the world. Like my morning routine, I'll wake up, I'll pray, I'll meditate, I'll stretch, throw some cold water on my face, and get my day started. Do a little reading, and then just have that morning routine structure so you can face the day, face the world. I try to not be on my phone like the first hour of the day because I don't want to have that whole reactive mind state. I just want to be at peace. So that's why I meditate, do stuff for me, and get me ready for the day. As well as I've learned that I've also been trying to work on not being on my phone the last hour of the day, which really has helped too. It really just opening my mind and really just keeping me focused on what I have to accomplish and what I want to accomplish at night. Because I feel like being on your phone drains you at night even more. Because I'm usually falling asleep, my phone in my hand, or falling asleep next to me with my phone on. So I try to put my phone in a different room, let it charge that whole last hour of the day before I go to sleep. In the first hour of the day, try to stay off my phone, which is like real big too, because I feel like we're attached to our phone and we always want to be reactive instead of proactive. So that's just a few things I learned this week besides the Spanish. Been reading a lot. What else I learned? Trying to see. But yeah, like I said, going back to the mind is a powerful thing. We are all powerful beyond measure. We just have to really focus on what we truly want and desire. Have that burning desire to whatever we want, we can attain and accomplish. So those are just a few things I learned this week. We're going to switch it up to French Friday. You already know how I get down. It's Friday. Got some French phrases. I got a few. I've been checking like, man, we should do more than one for French Friday. Because I'm like, one is cool, but let's have a few different sayings. So first, I'm going to start with the first one. Comment ça va? Which is how are you doing? And then we have ça va très bien, which is I'm doing very well. Then we have bonsoir, ça va, good evening, how are you? Merci, which is thank you. Et toi, which is and you. So those are a few of the phrases of the day. Like I said, I got five for y'all, man. It's Friday, the 5th day of the week. Got 5 French phrases. But yeah, so let me go over them again. Comment ça va? How are you doing? Ça va très bien. I'm doing very well. Bonsoir, ça va? Good evening, how are you? Merci, which is thank you. Et toi is and you. So those, what I learned this week in y'all French phrases. Then we're going to hit y'all with what's coming up on the next show. And the next 2 shows, the special guests. And I'm really excited about next Friday's show, man. I'm really having a real special guest discussing mental health, which is I think personally is a big thing that we never really discuss, which should be discussed in high school. Mental health should be a class in high school, honestly, simply because there's a lot, especially with dealing with the whole social media aspect, there's a lot of harmful I wasn't gonna say diseases, but just harmful things out there that really mess up your psyche, and you might think it might mean not mean anything right now, but down the road, down the line, it will. So mental health is like a big thing, and that's very dear to me. So next Friday's show, man, hope y'all tune in, share, subscribe. It's gonna be a great show talking about mental health. And the person I'm having coming on is it's funny how we met, but I appreciate her, and she's a psychologist and been studying psychology. So I'm about to get her in here, pick her brain about different things, especially with the whole psychology aspect and the mental health. I'll be discussing back to the whole mind thing. So basically, I'm going to just initiate next week as Mental Health Week on Sun IE Podcast. So next 2 episodes, we'll be talking about mental health. So the first one on Monday, I'm going to be talking about The Power of Positive Thinking, a book I have been reading. And I'll relay some of the messages from that book, The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. And I'll just really discuss what I've learned in that book and how to help how I can help us all evolve and just be more positive thinkers than negative thinkers. Like really get the whole negativity out of our system and just being positive all the time. And it takes time, but as long as you dedicate yourself to it and you really want to be a positive person and think positive and just attract anything you want in your life, this is like one of the first steps to doing it. So the power of positive thinking, I'll be discussing that on Monday's episode. And then, like I said, Friday's the episode. I'm so hyped for Friday's episode, but we got to get through Monday first, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. It's Friday. I hope y'all had a good week, a great week, a glorious week. Whatever happened this week, good or bad, take it in, learn from it, and just push forward. We got the weekend ahead of us. You can still be grinding. The grind don't stop, especially if you have a 9 to 5. We all should be just working on what our side hustles or anything of that nature. But appreciate y'all tuning in and discussing. Like I said, subscribe, like, let everybody know about the whole podcast. If you really like the podcast, you messing with it, and you really think this will help out somebody else or educate somebody else, you can always send the link, share it with them, subscribe yourself, and then just pass on the word. I mean, we all can help each other out, especially if somebody like needs any help with anything I'm discussing or anything that you guys want me to discuss. You can always send it in too on the Twitter. You can tweet us at SunIE Podcast or even DM on Instagram. SunIE Podcast, or even email suniepodcast@gmail.com. But yeah, like, subscribe, leave a review, comment. I appreciate it all. I'm about to come up with a rundown of what we discussed on today's show, and then I appreciate y'all. So on this episode, we discussed the 2 quotes of the day. First one is, mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. So we all got to learn how to really master ourselves. That's what I'm steady learning day by day, how to master myself, master my thoughts, master my emotions, and just really be in full control of myself and not letting anybody or any outside force disturb the peace that I have or the peace that I'm creating. Second quote is, do not be afraid of going slowly. Be afraid of only standing still. So like I said, the slow grind is better than no grind, man. Sometimes you got to grind slow to get what you really want. It's not going to happen overnight. Sometimes it do, but a lot of people put that decades worth of work in and it happens overnight. But you just got to really stick to that grind and put that time and effort and dedication in. The slow grind is better than the no grind. Grinding slow, don't be afraid of the slow grind. Be afraid of just really standing still. Told you I'm on top 8 picks for each NBA team, each Western Conference and the Eastern Conference. Discuss my finals picks. Go Warriors. You already know. We've us versus Sixers. That's my 2 picks. Warriors and Sixers. We discussed what I learned this week. We discussed French Friday. Everything that we discussed, man. I hope it helps y'all for a good weekend, a great weekend. Next 2 shows. I hope y'all tune in. I hope y'all tune in. I know y'all will tune in because it's been great content, and I'm like the whole feedback that I'm getting from y'all. So next 2 shows, man. But let them promote. Let people know, like, hey, you got anybody that's really dealing with any like mental health issues on the side, or just not on the side, but that's like I was gonna say on the side note. If you have anybody dealing with any mental health issues or anything of that nature, check on them. Check on everybody. At the end of the day, because I feel like we do that less. Like, we're so busy that we really rarely find the time to really check on people and see how they're really doing. Like, really sit with somebody, talk to them, and see how they're doing. Don't just be like, oh, how are you doing? They be like, all right, fine. They would say fine, and you're like, okay, good. Nah, really sit there and talk to them, see how the week's been, and just see what they learned this week and how they're feeling and just about anything and everything. Because you never know what somebody's really going through. People like to say they're fine, but really they're in their head, they're fighting a war or a battle that we don't know anything about. So, and if you're that person that is listening to this and you're fighting a battle or anything of that nature, you can reach out to me. I'll be always willing to help, or I'll connect you and plug you with the right people who can help you and really uplift you and just be by the side and guide you. But I just wanted to discuss that, man, because mental health is a big issue for me. So appreciate y'all tuning in. Hope you have a great weekend. I'm out. XO, SunIE. We back again Monday. Love y'all. All love, man. Love yourself.